Welcome back to Before I Go, the podcast for before I leave this earth. You might not believe it, but that's the second time I've done that today. I got about a minute into talking before I realized that I had that image overlay again, this one here. And yeah, I just honestly, I was like, you know what, let's just start over. Now, I know one thing you might be saying, I've said this too already. Alec, you're not outside in the dark. You said that that's what you were going to do, and now you're inside. And that's perfectly understandable. I hear your frustration. I really do. I'm sorry. It got windy again. It's been a really windy week, and of course, this weekend is extra windy again. It's windy outside right now. It was windy outside all of yesterday, and actually, frankly, yesterday it rained, so couldn't have done that with my camera. To be honest with you, sucks. I want to do it eventually. It just hasn't happened yet. But like I could have like waited, but I'm like I want to get another podcast out. I want to talk at you again for a few minutes. We'll go for 30 to 45 minutes today. I'm not exactly sure how long. Shorter one for sure. Just the way that I want it to be, I guess. I'm going to pour myself some Sprite real quick. I'm thirsty, and I'll be honest with you, this has been left closed. You heard the tss there, hopefully. This has been closed at room temperature for 12-ish hours or so. Little bit less, more. I don't know. A little bit more, maybe. I don't know. I think a little bit more. Don't know. It's like I had something really deep to say about that, but just to be honest with you, I didn't. I don't know if this looks any different to you guys. I think I'm shooting at a higher frame rate on my. It's weird on my camera. I think it was set at 30 frames per second, but then my Open Broadcaster software I use was capturing at 60 frames per second, and I guess that just means it was technically only ever recording at 30 frames per second. But I don't know. I guess. Anyways. Maybe it looks a little bit more clean now. I don't know. I know last podcast, the outdoors one, I did shoot at 30 frames per second. I'm kind of trying to figure out what I like more. I think 60 frames per second sometimes looks a bit weird, but that's also for, and yeah, I poured Sprite into a life water here. Sorry. For podcasting, I don't know. For filming like a film or a vlog even, I think 30 frames per second looks a bit better, to be honest with you, but I don't know. We filmed the Sonny Lubick documentary at 30 frames per second, and that looked really good that way. I liked it a lot more that way. Abdulaziz helped me figure out what I would do for that. I was like, I don't know. Like, what's your opinion? And he gave me his opinion, and I am now a big fan of 30 frames per second. You just kind of, sometimes you think, especially as a boy, and I know you're like, where's this going? As a man, the bigger the number, the better. And take that as you will, but I think that's just the way a lot of men think. Bigger number equals better, yeah. Not the case here. I think 30 frames per second is generally better for that kind of a thing. For a podcast, I don't know. I kind of like this look here. Let me know if you feel otherwise, and we'll change it back to 30 frames per second. If things look any different at all to you, I don't know. Who's to say? One of the things I wanted to talk about today is it doesn't feel like there is enough time. Not enough time before I leave, not enough time for everything I would like to do with everyone. It just doesn't feel like there's enough time to go around. Let me look at something real quick. I don't know if I'm focused in enough here. There we go. Right? That looks okay. I'm noticing here. Let's point over here. Are you seeing this here too? It's weird. When there's like a light object there, that purple thing goes away. But when it's dark, it reappears. So I find that interesting. Let me know if you can see. I can't see it when I do that, though. I really can't. Like, it goes away. That's a dead pixel, I believe. I think they can be fixed somehow, some way. As to which way, I guess I don't really know. I still feel like I'm out of focus here, but I guess I'm not. I don't think I could get much more in focus. That's me focusing on the foreground. That's the background. Bro. Oh my goodness. We're doing this together because I don't want to do it alone. It makes me scared. That looks pretty good, actually. I mean, the background isn't as blurred as I would like it to be, but that's okay. Frankly, that's okay. It's my Donald Trump impression. I know it's not the best. We just gotta deal with that. That's Lola. Lola came in just now. What I did today, by the way, I know at the very beginning of this podcast we had a lot of issues with Lola coming in and out. I have a chair in front of the door that allows the door to be pushed open, but not too much so, because I don't want it wide open. I don't want it, one, letting in too much light, and two, sound getting out or coming in. But a little bit of crack is okay. It's very cracked. It's just enough for a cat to get through. So she can push it open and then go back in and go back out. But she will certainly go back out at some point. I'm petting her right now. I'm not going to set her up here because she's going to hate that. But let's get into it. I've really never been good with time at all. I can't think of a time that I've ever been good with it. Typically, I do things slow, as far as like, and time in a number of ways is what I'm trying to get into here. If it's doing a task, I typically am pretty slow at it. I can definitely say at work, like one thing I've been doing lately is like portioning out French fries. High volume restaurant. So when it's high volume time, it's like you're like really going. And I'm not very fast at that. Pretty much anything at that job, I'm not super fast at. I'm not a fast person in that way. In other ways of time, I'm not good at relegating, maybe is the word. Relegating my time to certain areas, and sometimes in that case, it's things that I'm doing or people that I'm with. And it's certainly been difficult, and sometimes like I almost fall into like obligation, like, oh, I have to do this, and it's not good. And so I'm trying to get better at managing my time, and it's hard because how much I'm doing lately. I'm doing my drone schooling. I'm going to start playing football soon. Hopefully we'll get into that. I'm going to start coaching football soon. I want to spend time with my family. I want to spend time with my girlfriend, who I honestly, like, we've been seeing each other a lot less lately. So it's like, finding the right times to do that, and maximizing that time where I can. And, I want to spend time with, my friends before I go. Like, in one person in specific is my friend Ian that I've talked about before. I'm seeing one of my other friends tonight who I haven't seen in a good few months. So that'll be good to talk to him and see him again. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it's been a difficult thing for me to do. And I think my lack of ability at it has made things difficult for me, and honestly probably made things difficult for the people around me as well. For me, it's like I want to provide consistency for myself, the things that I'm doing, and the people that I'm with. Because, like, I don't know, say like I'm with Melanie, and like one week I'm like with her 6 days in a row, and then the other week I'm with her one day in a row. It's like, well, someone got used to seeing you 6 days in a row, and all of a sudden, nope, only one day in a row. And that's not like a necessarily realistic example. That's never happened. I don't have time to hang out with people 6 days. I do not have time to do that. Not gonna happen. But yeah, it's been a difficult thing. Um, you don't want to let people down, and at the same time, you want to have a balance with everything as well. Um, and so just learning to find a balance and learning to find like what I want as well, because um, the truth of the matter is like there's some things that I don't always want to do, but I do them anyways because it's like, well, it's like this feels like I should do it. Um, and vice versa. Sometimes it feels like, I want to do something, but I let other things that, um, I feel like I need to do these things or whatever it is. Like, I feel like sometimes I let other things get in the way of things like that I want to do. And like I've talked about before, wanting to, advocate time for just me because I'm an introvert and, I love, my girlfriend. I enjoy hanging out with my family. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy playing. Um, enjoy my time with Ian, or for other friends and whatnot. But sometimes it's like you gotta like take some time to yourself. Otherwise, you're the way your mind is built, bro. You're gonna go crazy. So that's been tough. I just need to learn to take more time to myself. And the truth of the matter is just relegate my time in a more efficient uh way. I'm a scheduled person, and so for me, in a lot of ways, things are gonna end up being um more scheduled, and we'll just I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But I'm a scheduled person, and um that's just how things are gonna be. I mean, and honestly, like, with Melanie and I, we're pretty like scheduled. Like we see each other's on, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and if we're lucky, and honestly going in the future with coaching, it's probably not gonna happen. Well, it won't happen, but right now, like I can see her on Tuesdays. So I'm seeing her Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. Which is good. That's like 3 days a week. I'm definitely not complaining about that. There's been a time where I see her 7 days a week, and that's not where we are at anymore. And that's probably a good thing in its own way. But like, uh, I gotta, we those are the days that we see each other. I guess is what I'm saying. So, um, that's how it's gonna have to be with um other things and other people, whether that's Ian or whether that's you know spending time like with my parents. Like it's like, okay, like dad and I watch a show on this day, and my brother Jake and I, we go and do something on this day. If Jake's free, if Jake's not free, then I work on something else or whatever, or I whatever. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be a schedule there that I have. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, how I'm talking, what I'm doing, I'm looking at my Anakin starship and messing around with R2D2. Look at how cool this thing is, dude. Like, I love this thing. I've told this story before, but I saw it at a birthday party. We got it actually for my neighbor. I was at his birthday party, and someone else had got it for him too. And I remember looking at the box and just seeing it. I was like, that thing is so cool. And yeah, this Christmas, Melanie got it for me. It's like a lifelong dream come true to have this thing. And yeah, I love it. I love it a lot. Um, it's like this is Anakin's Starfighter. He has two. I'll just like we'll go bring him up on screen real quick. That's like a good way to do it. Because then I don't have to edit. And then two, it's like kind of just I can show you what I'm looking at as we go through it. Anakin Starfighter, episode 2. Okay, cool. This is fine. There's like two. I guess it's fine. Sure, whatever. All right. Give me a second here. I think we're gonna be. Yes, dude. Let's go. All right. I pressed the right button. So, all right. This right here is the one that you're not seeing, not the Lego I have. This is probably my favorite one. This is the one I have now. That's like an actual toy. Um, but yeah, this is my favorite one. So this is the one I want to get in Lego next, for sure. That's what it looks like as who's that? Ahsoka? Yeah, that's Ahsoka's. Ahsoka's is cool too. I actually really want this one. I remember seeing this one in stores as a kid, and I always liked. I've always liked her droid. Uh, just I don't know. The red and green is cool. I don't really remember actually ever seeing that one too much in the show, but I guess it was a thing. Uh, there's Obi-Wan's and Anakin's there, but let's want to see like Anakin Starfighter, Attack of the Clones, because it's not like it like I'm not seeing a scene from the movie with his starfighter. Is this really? No, that's the Clone Wars, the show. Where is this one, bro? What is this bad boy called? Now, see, look at this. Look at this. That's what I have. This is like a newer version. Has Rey and Finn and Poe on the front, bro. Sequel trilogy, freaking Disney in the bottom, bro. I don't want that ever. Mm-mm. I can tell you that set up right now. I don't want that ever. Nope. It's not from my childhood. Some other kid's gonna want that, and that's gonna be like that's from your childhood. Not for me though. Dude, why is it Anakin Delta 7? Okay. Let's just Anakin Delta 7. Was this like never in the movies? Is this like, am I just imagining this? Is it only in the Clone Wars? Because like, must have been like limited scenes with it or something. Because you'd think there'd be a screenshot from the movie. But yeah, it's cool. That's all I was trying to say. Is there's two different ones there. Honestly, if we don't mind, I don't know, this Revenge of the Sith poster original. That's funny. That's what that was auto correcting to. Of course, it was Star Wars. That's like when it comes to like eBay, like mostly it's retro stuff and it's especially Star Wars for me when I go on eBay. Yeah, I don't know why I was looking at this, but I was. Okay, how did I go on eBay? Whatever. Anakin. Let's look at the Ahsoka one. I bet you Ahsoka Starfighter Lego. Interesting. Because honestly, like that's kind of like what I want, and I bet you hers is at a better price too. And I like it. We're not seeing the one that she was. Yeah, what are we doing here, man? All right, let's Ahsoka Starfighter Lego sets. Maybe does Lego.com just have like a number of things? Yeah. What are we looking at here, dude? Lego sets. History. Lego sets history. Let's look at that. And I know we're thinking here, like this is boring. I'm sorry. This is what we're doing today. The history of Ahsoka Tano and Lego. Okay. I'm here for it. Oof, there's so many little pop-ups. I hate websites with this many pop-ups. It's like, just get away. Back off. So it looks like that was the first one there. I'll be honest, I don't remember seeing that in the stores as a kid. Honestly, I don't like remembering. Like they're reminiscent, but is the one I was looking at just like something that just like was new? Nope. This person, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this person did a good job. Because we're not seeing the right thing here. Do I just like go back? Lego. Maybe, what if that was like not real? That would be crazy. Because didn't I say I saw that as a kid? Lego Starfighter Anakin Lego whatever. We looked up something like that. It's something that's gonna have to pop up, right? Or I looked up like Anakin Starfighter episode 2. Didn't I? I don't know. Anakin's Starfighter. All right. All right. Something's gonna have to pop up here. Here we go. Oh, cool. No, yeah, it was just on Reddit. Someone just was like, that's crazy. Didn't I say like this is something that I wanted? But yeah, no. It's a custom thing. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look at me out here. Just a liar. Just a complete liar. Give me just a wee second. I'm gonna step away for a second. Gotta do something real quick, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that. You might be noticing a little bit of a difference. I don't know exactly how big that difference is here. In the basically, I went to turn my camera back on, and then like scooted down on its things. I had to readjust it, so now we look a little bit off here. But I'm realizing that I'm in the middle here, but I need to scoot a bit more this way to be a bit more centered up with my arms. Well, I'm too far that way now. I don't know. I guess I'm looking at the camera. I don't feel centered up to it, but according to this here, I am. So I guess we are. I guess on the screen maybe. So I don't know. Sorry. Also sorry for going on the tangent about the the Legos there, but also not really. Because that's just me. Like it's just like been something that, you know, all my life I've kind of enjoyed, and especially now that I've kind of had my own money to spend and whatnot. I mean, you see it all behind me there. I just love collecting little Star Wars things and whatnot. Melanie got me that one up there as well. You see it, Lego up there. That one's really cool. It's small, but it's like a really, really old, OG Star Wars Lego set. So, and it's in like mint condition. It's in really, really good condition. So it's a pretty cool thing to have. One of my other things that I really enjoy as well, that I bought, and it's weird because, it's in pretty dang good condition. Is this bad boy here? 2005 is when this would have been manufactured here. 2005 Hasbro. And yeah, I would have been 2 years old when this came out. Now you'd think I'd spent a lot of money on it, but I couldn't have spent much more than its retail price. I think I spent, well, actually, I think Melanie bought this for me as well. Now I told her which one I wanted, I should say, but I think it was 25 or 30 bucks. But yeah, Melanie did get this one for me as well here. She's like, I don't know what it was. She was just being really nice. She's like, we made some deal or something, and she got me this. So yeah, it's cool. I love it a lot. And I really love Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie. And I've always thought like, man, it would have been cool to get one of their like, figures when I was a kid, back then, and just seeing this stuff when it came out. It's just cool to have something in your hand that hasn't been opened, that was from, the time when your favorite movie came out. It's just, I don't know, it's unique. And then on the back, it's cool. There's all of these little like other characters you can collect and whatnot. So I got the one that I liked the most that I saw. But I would like to get a few other ones as well. It'd be cool to get like Grievous and Vader eventually. I'm sure those ones are more expensive, you would have to assume. But yeah, cool thing. There's a few like newer stuff, Legos that I have, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird though, looking at it all, for the most part, like if I could just count for you don't have to see it, but Melanie, Dad, Melanie, Melanie, I think. Um, me, Melanie, me, Melanie's mom, my mom, Melanie. So a lot of it's from Melanie. hardly any of it's from me. It's just the funny part. People just know I like my stuff, I guess, and there's a bunch more stuff up there. So yeah. Anyways, moving off of that topic here now, on to the next. I've been really wanting to stream again on YouTube. I would dual stream on Twitch as well. I don't know how that works, but I'm sure I could set it up. I really, really like streaming. Streaming is a lot of fun. And, I think for me, the hard part is it's like, I don't know where that fits in time-wise, just with everything, but just thinking about it again, I've always loved it. I like the idea of, kind of like performing live, whether someone's watching or not, really, it doesn't matter to me. I've always enjoyed the idea of performing in a live sense. It's a lot of fun. And I really like, I'll never not do this. I love, that's not true, but I love streaming when a new Star Wars game comes out. That's always been fun. I think I've done that 3 times now, I believe. Maybe it's only been twice. I don't know. I think it's 3 times. I did when Star Wars Squadrons came out. I did when Jedi Survivor came out. And I guess, I guess the 3rd time will be whenever the Star Wars Outlaws game comes out. I'll do it for that as well. But it's just a fun thing, It's cool because I'm so excited for it to come out and I get to experience it. Captured on video, which is cool, in a live sense. And I make such an event out of those things. I really enjoyed when I was streaming that Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy game. Sorry, I stumbled over my words there. That was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed like kind of creating like a almost persona for this character, Chris Rizonius. Riz in both, Chris and Rizonius. He's like the Riz Master of Hogwarts. I liked that a lot. That was just a lot of fun, and that game at the beginning was certainly a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing the little missions and whatnot, and all of that. I think that game just got really boring. It got very, very similar. Like every mission after the other felt very much the same. I ended up being over it, and I don't know, wasn't my cup of tea eventually. But I mean, if I can just look real quick now, like I think we did like 8 or 9 streams of that game, which I like to think about, like that's a lot. We definitely streamed that a lot for sure. Oh, look at this. Channel violations. Active community guidelines strikes. Warning. Content unavailable. Yeah, I think this always pops up. There's some video from a long time back that I was just like, oh, okay, like there's like a content warning here. I'll delete the video then. Like that's not a big deal. But like, I don't know how. It's just like I get rid of it and then I still have the warning there. So who's to say what's the deal with that? Looking at my analytics right now, I think you'd like to see this. Debating if I want to show it to you. May as well, and then we'll go into the live streaming thing again. But I guess this is a good segue, like, into this here. Go here. Look at this. This podcast apparently didn't do well, which makes sense. Top recent videos in the first 3 days, 3 hours. Before I go up, Grimace's purple guy. That video popped off. It was fun to make, I guess, but like not the kind of video I want to make anymore. You know what I mean? Weird how it works. Of course, the first episode of Before I Go is gonna do well. Dreams change. That makes sense. Yeah, this is like the new like how my channel goes now. It's definitely not where it was, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Last 2 days, top 48 hours here. Top videos in the last 48 hours. The problem with CoComelon. Yeah, that video always does well. I'm just sorry, I had to check my phone there. Weird thing. I keep getting these weird messages. Hi, Paul. I hope you are the correct person to direct my request to. If not, I apologize. We are trying to get in touch with David Helms. It's regarding an important business matter. Shut up. Shut up. But look at this. In the past 2 days, Cocomelon is still up there, dude. This video just pops off all the time. The latest comments, Cocomelon, Cocomelon, Cocomelon. Like, this video, dude, haunts me, man. This video just, like, I don't know what it is. It just has to be there. You can look at my latest subscribers. I appreciate you guys, but I know you're not watching this podcast. So I wonder why these people even subscribe, because, like, hey, if you're here right now, that's great. Like, if you're one of these 3 people, leave a comment. But you know, I'll take those odds every day. I'm not a betting man, but I will certainly take the odds that these 3 people don't comment on this video. If they do, I'll Venmo one of you guys $20. So if you guys can get one of these people to comment, one of you guys is getting $20, I guess. That's not true. Just weird, isn't it? If I go to my analytics here, what's watch time in the last 28 days? 109 hours. I guarantee you that's a lot of time. That's all Cocomelon. 2.9 thousand views. Pretty much all Cocomelon. 14 subscribers. Pretty much all Cocomelon. $5. Definitely all Cocomelon. Top content this period in the last 28 days. And isn't that weird? It's old videos. The problem with Cocomelon. 2,685 views. The View is the worst show ever. 53 views. The Cocomelon and Cocomelon. Of course, my follow-up videos that are simply, if I can be honest with you, let me come back and put myself on screen. Simply put, those videos were made for the purpose of capitalizing off of the views that were already there. And I'm like, yeah, I felt like I could do a bit more creatively with these. Cocomelon The Reckoning was a video I simply put just made to capitalize for sure off of that, and I just wanted to, like, look at the comments on the video. Cocomelon The Final Stand, that was more like, I want to, like, it's like a 3-part series of this. Let's, like, set a conclusion to this whole thing and then create, like, a little funny skit at the end, I guess. Yeah, but for the most part, they were really all there to, you know, just get some views. But really, looking at this, like, take a look here with me. It's like when I released these, one for every year. 2020 had the problem with Cocomelon, and then 2021, almost, let's see how long ago. That would have been like 7-ish months later, The Reckoning, and then what? Another 5, 6, 7, 9-ish months after that, we get The Final Stand. And yeah, these videos still do good. They still do good for videos that aren't that great. I mean, The Final Stand is not a terrible video as compared to the problem with Cocomelon. I don't think this is a good video. I really don't. It's like, it's okay, I guess, like, but the people who are there are just, like, such brain dead people who watch that video. Like, I'm like, just being honest, like, I appreciate it, but, like, they don't, like, the point of this video is, like, it's, like, supposed to be, like, funny. It's, like, it's sarcasm for the most part. And yeah, part of me is like, hey, like, by the way, like, Cocomelon is stupid. Like, it's too popular for what it is. But yeah, I don't understand how water pollution skit still gets views. I don't know if this is just people who come and look at my channel and are like, hey, let's look at his, like, most popular videos, because this for the longest time was my most popular video. What are we up to now in total views? Since uploaded, 3.4 thousand, and I just don't understand. And it's just like, look at this. It's like these peak view days are like not many views at all. It's just like it's sustained over an entire lifetime. And I'm like, I don't know, audience. Let's see, where are these views coming from? Not subscribed. India, weirdly. That's strange. That's the top geographics is India, I guess. Weird. There's just not a lot here. Not enough data. But I'm like, where are these views coming from? Like, I've never understood it. 8.7 hours of total watch time on a 10-second video is kind of crazy. Like, that's kind of crazy. I think part of it is because it is like, it's a short video, and then people who look at the video, they watch like most of it, and so like YouTube must just keep pushing it, and I don't know why people watch it. You know what I mean? I really don't get it. It's weird. It's fine. Like, I don't care. It's just strange. But let's go to my content, live content. One Jedi Survivor stream. That's what we did. The Rising Up at Hogwarts with mods. At the end of this, I'm like, I'm sorry, I literally can't do this. Like, this just sucks. See how many streams here though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total streams of that. And it was a lot of fun. Most I've streamed for sure. But yeah, man, I like it. I've something about streaming. It's fun, and I like looking there. I'm like, man, I haven't really done it that much total, but the Hogwarts streams were a lot of fun. I mean, like, that's a lot of hours streamed there total, kind of added up over time. Like, I definitely had a lot of fun doing it. So it'll happen again soon, for sure. Just into, how often and whatever, I'm not so sure. But yeah, that's all for that again. Just kind of want to say, like, I want to do it. Thanks for looking at my analytics with me. Yeah, I know it's something else for sure. Really is. Let's see here. Now, yes, what I was going to talk about, flag football. I've really been trying to get this to happen. The long story short, if you don't know, is we tried to get it going in the fall again. It happened in the spring. It was awesome. First time I had gotten to play competitive football in years. The last time I had played before that was one game in a really not a lot of competition going on in one of my PE classes. Like, some of us played, but like, it was cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Like, I was able to throw a touchdown to a kid. I rocketed the football. I played quarterback. I rocketed the football into this dude's chest, and he just ran for a touchdown. I was like, I felt good because I wanted to get the ball around to everyone. That's what I've always enjoyed doing, is getting everybody involved. And that's really usually that comes in flag football. But whenever I've played in the past, like, I always wanted to, like, if I was quarterback, I wanted to get the ball to everyone. Everyone gets the rock. You know what I mean? I never enjoyed being the one, because I was there growing up as a kid where you're like, well, they're not passing to me. It's like, these two are the only ones passing to each other, and they're good, don't get me wrong, but like, you give me the ball too, you better watch I'm okay too. But yeah, that was like the last time I got to play, and it was fun. Like, even thinking about it now, I'm like, man, that was fun to do, but it wasn't I was still disappointing. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't exactly what I wanted. And so getting to play in this league was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Fall rolls around, and I got the worst news ever that, hey, not enough people signed up for the league, so we're going to have to cancel it this year. And that was hard for me. Like, I was so looking forward to doing it again, and then just to hear that news was, like, devastating. I just didn't even fathom that was possible. And this spring, I said, I'm not going to let that happen again. Like, I'm going to do everything I can to not let that happen. And if it happens again, like, I guess it happens again. So, I bought a bunch of flyers, spent like $30 worth of US dollars, US cash, on about 50 flyers, and put them up around town, and gave one to like a barbershop. Now that I'm thinking about it, I totally forgot to give it the last time I went to the barber. I meant to give it to them because people coming to the barbershop and they're looking at the things, you know what I mean? They're like, what's going on today? What's up? What's new in the community? They look at a flyer, they say mine. I reached out to a company recently pretty cool story. There's a company in the league last year. We played against them. They were cool. And I ran into one of my teammates where I work. Actually, he was coming in to get some food. I was like, what's up, man? And he's like, dude, like, Alec, like, I ran into the guys at Cedar Timber. That's what our company is. He's like, maybe I should go back in again. And I was like, maybe you should. And then I was like, I can't count on him to 100% do that. So I was like, let's just go onto their website, see who's there. I only was getting like a phone number, and I was like, I hate phone calls. That's not really going to do the trick for me. So I was like, going through the website. I'm like, I guess I'll like look at the staff, see who's there. And I'm like, let's just go straight to the top. So I emailed the president of the company, and I was like, hey, get your people to join again. I look forward to beating them again. So I said. He got back to me. That's a very shortened version of what I said. Kind of gave him the spiel of why I was doing it. I was like, just get him to sign up. And he got back to me. He's like, I'll get in contact with my guy who sets that up, and we'll try and get a team going again. So just been trying to like will a community into existence. And really, when I've been doing this, when I've been handing out the flyers, when I've been doing all this, I'm like volunteering here to get like a community going. Like, and it feels cool. I want it to happen so badly. I like doing this. I like playing against these teams. I like seeing these guys and competing against them. And, most of all, I like my team, and this was so much fun last year. So I hope it gets going again. The annoying part is that our downtown square area, whatever you want to call it, I went and I taped up a bunch of flyers, and a couple weeks later, I was like, let me go tape up some more, because I figured they eventually got taken down or just something happened. And anyways, I go and tape them up. The next day, that's this Friday, we go out to dinner. I'm like, I was like, to my parents, I'm like, let's like go look at my flyers, go look at them. And I'm looking there, and I'm like, they're not here, and it's been literally a day since I last put them up. So I'm like, someone must come around at night and take them down, which made me mad, because I put up so many like on Super Bowl weekend that I was thinking like they probably weren't up for the Super Bowl weekend. I was like, that sucks, because I was really hoping people would be bar hopping on Super Bowl weekend and then see my flyers and be like, dude, we gotta like sign up for a league, man. We gotta go. We gotta get this going. So that was annoying. I put some on the corner of a street where a bunch of college students cross. So I have seen those are still up, which is good news. But yeah, I mean, it kind of like, it just kind of sucks. It just kind of sucks. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with it all. I've been praying about it. I've been kind of trying to do my due diligence with it. As of today, it's a week left until signups end, and so I don't know what I do now. We'll just see, I guess. But hopefully, I can get something to work out with it. But just be hoping for me. If you're of that nature, be praying for me. I hope it works. I really want to do it. My brother was going to join me last year. He's going to join me this year. I really do believe it's going to work out, but there is, of course, that doubt there. I just hope people sign up. I hope it's different. The spring, maybe more people sign up. I don't know. I certainly hope it works out. I really do. Now, lastly here, on my sheet, it says, a story about failure, why I won it again, ... Kinda. It was before I had the job that I'm at now, in probably September, and or I guess it was mostly like, it was either August or September. I found a video editor position. My parents did, actually, and I really, really wanted that job. It was a salaried position, $40,000 a year, at a real estate company where I would be a video editor, and I felt like I could certainly do it. And it was a process, a long process. Got a phone call interview that lasted like 45 minutes to an hour. That was a weird face I just made. Let's do a thumbnail pose, by the way. Maybe I'm like pretend talking. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, but before that, it was like even getting the interview. So I had reached out to a realtor that my mom works with. My mom's like works in a real estate office. Doesn't do real estate, if you're wondering. Maybe one day though. We never know. And so I reached out to him and I'm like, just like, if you could like help me get that connection there, I would really appreciate it. I really want this job. This job is like a baby to me. Like I need this. Like this is my baby right here. I need this job. Anyways, I ended up getting the interview, had the phone call interview, didn't hear back for a little bit. I was like, dang, like we'll see. But then I could get a call and they're like, come in for an in-person interview. Did that. Felt like I did a pretty good job with it. And I just really wanted it. I ended up waking up one morning to an email that said, hey, it was between you and someone who's a bit older than you. That's literally what they said. And we went with the older person who had a bit more experience. Let us know if you need anything else, here to support you in your career and your future endeavors. So I appreciated that. But it didn't work out in my favor, and it was really difficult. I know my parents were super involved as well, and it was hard for me to tell them. I just kind of, that morning, got up, I called my mom, and I said, hey, I just wanted to call you, let you know I didn't get the job. Came to my dad, and I was like, I didn't get the job. And it was really hard for me. I cried, and, it was tough because I really wanted it. It felt like the right thing for me in a lot of ways, and it felt like a bit of a fail. I failed, and I wasn't able to get the job. But now that I've experienced that feeling and experiencing the kind of feeling after of like really striving to go out and then go like, okay, now I need a job. I'm going to go get a job now. And, kind of just really setting my eyes on the prize of what I want to do with my life. Like, I kind of want that failure again because I feel like so much learning happens when you fail. And my mom is on Instagram. It's a crazy thing. It's weird. Never thought I'd say that. Sending me reels. Also never thought I'd say that. But she sent me one. And the guy was like, you don't learn a ton from success. Like, you're going to learn so much more from failure. And me thinking about it, I'm like, I do want that again eventually. And of course, like, yeah, like I don't want to fail. Failing is uncomfortable. But inevitably I will. And it'll be so good for me. And I guess I just want to show the people that I'm around, like, I'm going to stick with it. Like, I'm going to fail. You're going to think I'm going to back out, but I'm still going to be here. And I hope those people, whoever I'm around and I'm involved with, see that and, can end up finding ways to respect that and enjoy my presence and get me around them more often as far as film goes. But yeah, I just kind of want to share that with you. It was a hard experience for me to go through that. I thought it could have been great. It would have been great to be on that salary. It would have been awesome to be a salaried person at my age. I felt like really things could have been going well for me. I'm like, wow, I could have like my first like big boy job working 40 hours a week as a video editor. Like, this is great. This will be awesome on my resume. The plan was still eventually to move to Georgia. And, I'm like, that would be awesome. To say I'm a video editor and I was a paid video editor at a real estate company, that would have been cool. So it was hard not to have that. And sometimes I still think about it. I'm like, where I'm working now, I'm working in food. You know what I mean? Food versus video editor, there's a difference. But I'm happy where I'm at now too. And being able to come to terms and just say like, look, I'm not coping. I like where I'm at. I do. I'm where I need to be right now. I had the fail that I needed and got me in the right headspace. I could have been more ready. I could have been a better video editor at that point in time. I could have had, in my life more past experience I could have shown them. And, one of the things now is like, hey, I'm getting my drones license. Like, I'm probably going to end up emailing them and say, hey, if you like need an extra drone person at some point, just like freelance for you, like just so you know, I have my drone license now. So, yeah, it's, I guess I would say failure is very much so not the end. Thank you for watching yet another episode of the podcast. I know these past two probably kind of felt a little bit all over the place. Look at that. Ugh. Oh, and my camera fell when I did that. I know these past two episodes have probably been a little bit all over the place. So I'm sorry about that. But that's just kind of where life is. Life's a bit all over the place right now. So looking forward to talking at you again soon. We'll see you all next week. Goodbye.